Jesse Feyen, that was astonishing. Come and join me here.
Thanks very much.
How long does it take to get to play a piano like that? Is that a gift, or is that thousands of hours of practice, or both?
Maybe a bit of both. It's a lot of practice. I've been playing now for about 14 years.
And you've studied it extensively. You're working on your PhD.
That's right.
Right now. What's your thesis?
It's actually focused on black gospel music in Ontario.
Really? Now you have a history with the mass choir, the Toronto Mass Choir, right?
That's right. Yes.
Was that your major exposure to black gospel music?
Yeah. That's been mostly that, and working with Karen Burke, the founder and director of Toronto Mass Choir. She also works at York University, where I go to school. She does a York Gospel Choir there.
Yeah, well, we've had her on here. In fact, we featured her not too long ago. Terrific woman, a great choir.
Absolutely.
I'm interested. You're a musician. You have academic qualifications. You're also a praise and worship leader in a local church. What do you think about the music wars out there? You've got this polarity between those who are dyed-in-the-wool old traditional music and those who are dyed-in-the-wool new stuff. It seems like there's a huge gap between the two, to the point where more and more churches are actually having what they call a traditional service for the one people, and then they've got the contemporary for the other, as if there is this great gulf fixed and there's no combining the two. Is it possible to achieve synergism somehow?
I think that there is, and in fact, I've been the music director of another church where they were able to combine the traditional with the contemporary. There are so many beautiful older hymns that have just wonderful words that are just as true today as they were when they were originally written. But at the same time, it is nice to be able to have a musical style that is relevant to today's culture.
Well, it seems to me that a musician like you has the talent and the capability of taking some of the classical anthemic hymnology of the past and arranging it in a way, and maybe moving seamlessly some of the newer stuff in and out, so that both camps, if you will, are ministered to.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so I think it's so important to have unity in the church, young and old, worshiping together, and I've definitely have seen it done, and it's definitely possible.
Like I've often made the observation, nobody's inventing new Christmas music. I mean, the Christmas music seems to bridge the generations, and hearing you just played a contemporary song.
That's right.
And you put your own touch to it. It sounds very classical, very well thought through, but at the same time very contemporary, and I'm sure nobody would be anything but impressed. As you look to the future, what do you hope to achieve with your life and your ministry gift?
Well, I think that worship ministry will, through music, will always be a big part of what I do, but I'm also very passionate about teaching, and in fact the idea of teaching people and being able to invest in people who will then go out into different churches and be worship leaders. That's what makes me really excited, which is why I'm going through for my doctorate, so that I can teach at perhaps at a Bible college or at a university where I'd be able to do that.
You've produced, is this your first CD?
It's my first
Keys
CD,
to
yes.
Worship. It's is it all instrumental?
Yeah, very simple, just instrumental piano music, about 45 minutes worth of arrangements of contemporary worship songs and hymns. And
what kind of a reaction are you getting so far to this?
It's been really positive and overwhelmingly supportive, in fact, and it's been really, really exciting.
Well, if it sounds like we just heard now, you're going to want this, Keys to Worship with Jesse Feyen.